Welcome to the Play World Cup. I'm James.
And I'm Jason.
And we are bringing you the fourth week of matches for the Play World Cup now. Just a super quick reminder, if you'd like to sponsor or donate, head off to the website at playworldcup.com.au. But in the meantime, we will head off to this match, which is Firemint versus CBS Interactive.
That's right. So right now we're looking at MarsSpider, the blue Terran for Firemint. His partner will be Nerdnina.
Oh, and I should just...
the
I'm sorry.
the pink Zerg.
Sorry to interrupt. We just have a sentry call by Timmy. And
Timmy is
if I think I know what this means, Timmy is the green Protoss for CBS. And to the left we have the red Zerg, Yusyn. Yes, this is indeed...
Mono battle.
The call of the mono battle.
Excellent.
So, for those who don't know, the mono battle is essentially where at the beginning of a match you call out the name of a unit and then you
rush them.
Looks like MarsSpider's aware. You only build one kind, you only build that unit and nothing else for the entirety of the match. So basically in a traditional mono battle you would see all of the teams only making one type of unit, but I think in this one it's just going to be CBS.
Yeah, well, so this is actually game 2 of the best of 3 match between CBS and Firemint. CBS did take out the first match, so they're feeling they're in a good spot coming into the second game. So happy to have a little fun and see if they can make the mono battles work.
And I mean, let's put it out there as well. We do have CBS at the top of the table at the moment. They'd won 3 on the trot, and Firemint still yet to pick up a win. So I think CBS feeling a little confident.
Yep.
But, you know, they've got a game in hand, so why not mono battle it out and see what happens?
It's a bit of fun. So what are we going to see? We're going to see all sentries from Timmy. And all queens from Yusyn, so I'm going to be expecting maybe a couple of extra hatcheries so we can get some those queens out a lot faster, and then just mass gateways from Timmy and lots of gas. Actually, sentries are very gas heavy, so Timmy might want to keep up on those expansions to get that needed gas.
Very important with mass queens as well is that Yusyn is going to need to spread creep like crazy.
They are so slow.
Because, yeah, off creep, queens just are probably one of the slowest units out there. Like, I mean, maybe overlords are a little slower, or a mothership, or something like that. But
or a hydralisk, something stupid like that.
What did you call hydralisk before?
Hydralisk.
Hydralisk.
Why would you?
Why would you?
Why? It's a perfect name for a stupid unit.
I don't know if I totally agree with that, but you know, I saw a really awesome match a little while ago with Hydralisk drops. I think Hydralisk drops are actually pretty smart because you don't have to rely on them slowly crawling their way across the map. I'm going to try that one day.
That could be interesting. What would you fit? Would you fit 4 Hydras or 8
Hydras?
Hydras?
four per Overlord. So yeah, you need like a good 5 or 6 Overlords full of Hydras.
Exactly. That's just the thing about the Hydralisks. Like you go, that's not a bad idea, and then you think, or I could just fill it up with 8 Banelings and destroy an entire mineral line like in a second. So
no, I'm pretty sure Banelings take up 2 spaces as well, so you can only get 4 Banelings into an Overlord.
All right.
Pretty sure.
Well, I'm not the Zerg here.
So although I don't do Baneling bombs either, so I could be in the dark here.
We both have no idea.
In the meantime, though, we see 2 gas up from Timmy, and we've got the first queen out on the map there, staggering along on no creep whatsoever. We've got MarsSpider putting up the wall, so that wall looks like it is now complete. We've got his second gas going up. We've got a tech lab over there as well, so we have Nerdnina with an Evo chamber. That's actually quite an early Evo chamber.
Yeah, I might be seeing some early upgrades.
Which is good to see.
But I am noticing that at the start of the game, MarsSpider did make the call to rush them. We have not seen that rush, so maybe just psyching them out, getting them a little bit scared. But,
well, I mean, if you're mono battling, a rush is always going to be a consideration.
It's a pretty good option. Although it is going to... I still don't think we're going to see these queens actually do anything until about 15 minutes, because that's about how long it's going to take them to walk down this bar.
We're going to need to see a lot more creep tumors, I think.
Definitely.
Yusyn is going to have to start pumping those creep tumors, which incidentally is actually going to kind of make it a little harder for Timmy, because he's not going to be able to build anything on where, you know, there is creep, there is no Protoss buildings.
That's right, and I would also probably good to point out that you still can get the upgrades for these units, so still going to be a good idea for Yusyn to get an Evo chamber of his own, and also for Timmy to maybe get a forge and get some armor and attack upgrades.
And here we see a rarely used upgrade for Timmy as well in Hallucination.
Very exciting.
I'm liking that a lot. I mean, his upgrade option paths are somewhat limited, so that probably makes sense. But I like Hallucination. I don't think it gets used nearly as much as it should.
Never gets used. I guess the most often thing I see it used for is Hallucinated Phoenix. So that's really helpful to build a Phoenix and then use it to quickly scout around the map.
Can you hallucinate Dark Templar?
I don't think so.
That would be awesome.
Be stupid.
That would be crazy awesome.
I'm going to hallucinate a unit you can't see. And here we are seeing, though, so MarsSpider pushing out with a couple of Marines, although 8 Queens there, also some of them with the transfuse ability, so they should be able to, yes, there we see, transfusing each other. So they'll be able to take down these Marines and probably without taking
hallucinated Colossus. Wandering out into the field a little bit late, but
very tricksy.
Can also get sent down the map to do some scouting. Oh, and draw the fire of these Zerglings as well. So the sentry's actually caught a little bit unawares there.
Yeah, Zerglings doing really well against the sentries and the roaches. So the Queen's taking a little bit of damage, but those force fields
many force fields
being very painful. And now that one Zergling attacking that Colossus, so the Colossus drawing in some fire.
Quite a lot of transfuses going off as well from Yusyn, although he did lose, I think, 1 or 2 Queens in that
engagement.
I'd call it a fracas.
Yeah, it's a bit of a fracas. Bit of a
soiree.
Brouhaha.
Hoot nanny.
That's right. So what Firemint definitely need to try and do, assuming that CBS do play by the rules, which they are, with these sentries hallucinating units, if you have your units and you just tell them to attack generally, like attack this group of units, they're going to waste their fire on all of those hallucinated units. So if Firemint can, sort of shift attack, so right click on each of these sentries and attack them directly, that will help them out in these battles immensely.
We see now Nerdnina is expanding out. That's good play. We're seeing a bit of aggression here from both teams, actually. We're seeing MarsSpider go out there too.
Yeah, I'm just say both teams are going to be pretty even on these expansions. So Nerdnina's the expansion for the Zerg coming a little bit later, but MarsSpider's expansion is going to finish just that little bit before Timmy.
And we're going to see the +1 upgrades for both armor and ground missile attacks finishing for Yusyn. So those all of his Queens are now going to be upgraded
nice
1-1.
Yeah, that's right.
And I mean that's the one good thing about mono battles. It's very clear which tech path you go. I mean, you call Queens, you're going to get upgrades, and that's about it.
Yep. Sometimes doing these mono battle sort of things can really help your gameplay, because when you've got the whole game open to you've got almost too many options and you don't know what to do. Whereas picking one unit and then just focusing on all of those upgrades, it makes your path extremely clear.
So now we see the +2 upgrades going up on those Queens. They should be up in a couple of minutes' time. We've got Timmy with quite a plethora of sentries now, and those sentries, the longer they stay out on the field, the more energy they're going to get. So they're going to have options like Hallucinate. They've got Guardian Shield, which is going to prevent any range damage, and of course force fields by the dozen.
Of course,
everybody loves a force field.
What I'm just thinking on this on a unit composition point of view. Man, ghosts would go so well in this army. You could EMP the hell out of these sentries and just take away Timmy's entire army. That would be quite fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, ghosts are great for that too. I'm kind of getting used more and more in the game now. Like the kind of the meta game of Starcraft is shifting toward using ghosts.
Yep.
Really as a key part of any army to get rid of infestors, to get rid of archons, or any Protoss unit.
Yeah,
really.
Against Protoss they're great. Take all those shields away with the EMPs, and late game against Zerg, Ghosts do really well against Broodlords and Ultras. So
yeah, they can snipe, they can use EMPs on infestors.
That's right.
So yeah, very versatile unit.
Although we do see this creep spread from Yusyn, it is going nuts. So it is getting very, very close to Firemint's base. We will probably see it merge very soon with Nerdnina's own creep.
I'm just going to switch for a second to Timmy's view. Let's go to Nerdnina's view. Nerdnina starting to see her creep meet the other creep.
That is never a good thing.
Not particularly ideal. When you see that happening, you know bad times are ahead.
This is very scary from Firemint's point of view. So we are seeing a nice large ball of queens here from Yusyn and a very large ball of sentries from Timmy. So this creep now is just one creep tumor away from connecting completely to this base. So I dare say we'll be seeing an engagement pretty soon.
A couple of siege tanks there from MarsSpider though, and a Banshee, as well as a number of spine crawlers now just up ahead of the ramp. I would like to see those just a little closer to the ramp to be able to provide some support when fighting on the ramp.
Yeah, poke down onto the low ground. Same with these siege tanks. They can maybe just be placed on this ledge just to give those few extra firing seconds while the army advances, and with that high ground advantage.
And we are seeing Cloak being researched by MarsSpider as well, so those Banshees are going to have the ability of Cloak. Unfortunately, though, there's an Overseer on the field here for Yusyn. Is Overseer violating the spirit of the mono battle? I'm not really sure. Oh, down goes that Banshee very quickly.
Don't think so. I think Overseer is okay.
Detection's alright, right?
Yeah, I think that... although then again, Timmy has no detection. Although he does have a forge for cannons. I don't know. Interesting.
Not really sure.
We didn't write the rules. I think we'll let it slide. I think an overseer is fine.
In the meantime, though, we see a hallucinated Colossus go in for a little bit of scouting information. Gonna just kind of poke in there, maybe do a little bit of fake damage, just try and see if he can draw some stuff. Yeah, and then we do see it go down quite quickly.
And is that a Nidus worm I hear?
Oh my god, we've got a Nidus worm.
What are we going to see? Queen's getting Nidus into the main, into the expansion.
That's Nerdnina's.
Oh wow,
that's not Yusyn's, that's Nerdnina's Nidus. We are seeing...
Very tricky.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to make of that at all, but we are seeing a massive attack here, and Queens going down by the dozens.
Transfusers going off. A lot of roaches, and these spine crawlers actually doing a great job. And these marine marauders and tank and these banshees actually from Firemint, it looks like they're going to be able to repel this army with relative ease.
You know what? I take back my thing about the spine crawlers. That was actually a fantastic positioning.
Yeah,
because it provided a lot of support.
Happened in the perfect position there for Firemint.
It looks like CBS is going to have to retreat here with only a handful of queens left, and the Banshees now coming in, although that Overseer is providing vision to that, so they will go down quite quickly, but a number of spine crawlers now going up. I think they've realised that they might be in a little bit of strife here.
Yeah, I wonder if this could be a prime opportunity if Firemint can push out, because they have just destroyed that army, and so they know that their army is strong compared to this one, so... anytime they push out after destroying that initial attack could help them out a lot.
In the meantime, we're seeing a lot more spine crawlers go down on both sides. We're seeing an absolute ton. Both players here, both Zerg players, absolutely paranoid that there's going to be a swamping force of something or other at any moment. So,
does Yusyn have vision of the high ground yet? No, he does not. So he hasn't extended that creep up there just yet. Nerdnina with more Nidus worms. So. Very interesting play.
Going absolutely crazy with that Nidus worm.
Because Nerdnina doesn't want to connect these bases and prevent MarsSpider from being able to building if she creeps all over the place.
Possible. Yep.
Yeah. Just a quick way to get her units down the map. We're actually a very interesting use of the Nidus worms. So they're just leapfrogging one another down the map here.
Yep, there is quite a lot of Nidus worms on the map now. I'm not really sure what to make of that. There's some very interesting Nidus worm usage. I mean, those roaches could jump in at any one of those points and pop out again. So, I mean, that makes your kind of movement interesting. You could possibly use those Nidus worms to flank if CBS decide to attack or kind of take them by surprise. But very interesting, and we see now MarsSpider is laying down those siege tanks sort of around the Nidus worms, and a number of roaches now moving down toward the Nidus worms on foot.
I do like it. But hey, you've got all this creep. You can just build a Nidus worm wherever the hell you want. Although you can just build them anywhere anyway.
Yeah, you can.
But the creep's so much more inviting, I find.
Exactly. Nidus worm's attracted to that.
So we've got a lot of hallucinated zealots here as well, so they're going to soak up some of this fire. It looks like we're going to be seeing another engagement, although these siege tanks from MarsSpider will help out that a lot. Although, smart move by Timmy, using those zealots up front to absorb the damage from those siege tanks. Now the queens and the sentries moving in.
Quite a lot of damage going down to those queens. Transfusers going off though, but I'm not sure the transfusers are going quite fast enough. A lot of queens sort of dying on the right-hand side there. We see a lot of force fields going down as well. Those siege tanks up the back are actually preventing.
A lot of damage.
So quite a lot of damage. Those roaches, so many roaches now coming in. A lot of hallucinates, but CBS has lost almost everything. And there is just not enough.
Firemint is still in a great position. So are they going to take this as an opportunity to move up into the main, or will those spine crawlers, there are a lot of spine crawlers, will they be enough to hold them back? No, they are indeed pushing up. So the force fields from Timmy may be buying them some time. We do have cannon on the high ground as well.
Those sentries are just now running out of energy though, leaving just a tiny gap. And
What's
now
this?
Oh,
What is this?
Yusyn.
They are
Yusyn
definitely not queens.
has violated the mono battle. This sacred tenet of the mono battle has been violated by Yusyn.
Roach one. I did not notice that go up. And there was even Roach. He's got Roach upgrades. That is not in the spirit of the mono battles at all. Yusyn identifying that these queens are absolutely useless against the army of Firemint. And so needing to divert.
And now we see some Hydralisks come out onto the field. Nerdnina is putting quite a few Hydralisks into play. So many drones by Nerdnina as well.
I know.
Her macro is absolutely kicking ass.
From all players involved, MarsSpider as well with 40 SCVs. So and now dropping those Vikings, seeing that there's nothing for them to actually shoot in the air, so dropping those Vikings to help in this battle. And this is looking like Firemint is in a very strong position, although that is a lot of photon cannons coming up there from Timmy. But yeah, Firemint looking like they're in a great position.
Number of Hydralisks coming out now from Nerdnina. I can see a few of them in production and a couple on the field now. The +2 armor from that, from her going down as well. I can see now that there are a number of roaches coming out, and the drones get pulled and are getting slaughtered now by the Vikings that have been landed. And here comes
so many spine crawlers. Banshees. Really doing a number on our.
And here comes the Nidus Worm.
Are we going to be seeing? Are we going to be seeing some units stream forth from this Nidus Worm, or is it just going to be?
I think it's just decorative at this stage.
Just decorative.
Yeah,
kept for just in case.
It comes
to 2 Nidus Worms. This is
so good, so good.
I would like to see Nerdnina use one of these Nidus Worms to stream in some units.
Why the hell would you do that? The Hydralisks are, traditionally fairly fast moving, right?
Well, now that the whole map is covered by creep, this is actually a great.
There's a little bit of lag there.
So that's fine. But no, these photon cannons and spine crawlers looking like they were enough to destroy that army from Firemint.
Here comes some Hydralisks from Nerdnina as well. There's a lot of photon cannons there. They're just going to clean up those Hydralisks very quickly.
Wow, well that was an engagement and a half. So we do see that Yusyn does have a third expansion, although now a second, as his main expansion has been taken out. And Nerdnina's Nidus Worms also preventing this expansion from going back up, although these spine crawlers now are going to start attacking those. So more units running into this photon cannon wall from Firemint.
I've got to say, I've never ever seen Nidus Worms used like this. And I kind of like it.
No.
I mean, it's like the mule, like in the middle of the battle, you think you're winning, you land a mule in their base.
Yeah, maybe it's just extremely bad management from Firemint. Maybe Nerdnina has just been so BM. She's just like, you know what, I don't care. I'm going to drop these wherever the hell I want.
Oh, there goes another one. Hey, there's some Hydras in the Nidus now.
Oh, hello. That's what we like to see.
And here comes some Cloaked Banshees as well, which is an interesting tech switch here. MarsSpider apologising for his crappy internet connection, but that's all good. He's still in this match, and he's going to take out these spine crawlers now. So the front defence of CBS under threat. We've got some spore crawlers here, though. They're going to provide detection.
Well, the
now getting planted.
Hydralisks should be able to, yes, if the Hydralisks can come over and now make short work of those spore crawlers, that will allow the Banshees to clean up a little bit more on this side of things.
They're under attack though here.
These photon cannons making a very quick number on them. No, I don't even know what do you do on a number? Quick number, short number?
Yeah.
You make a number on them.
Yeah. You turn a number.
What if you want to emphasise that number? What do you do?
Done a number.
Done a number?
Yeah, I think it's done a number.
Yeah, I think it is.
Really done a number. So much ground defense, though. I mean, the inevitable outcome of the mono battle is you have thousands and thousands of minerals unspent.
Yeah.
And we see Timmy now has $5,000, but only 200 gas.
Which
so
is
he is
2 sentries.
extremely short on minerals, and so he's going to funnel them essentially into an unstoppable wall of photon cannons.
And look at this. Yusyn's stockpiling the gas. Yusyn actually has no need for this gas once his upgrades are done for the queens. So he could actually be funneling that to Timmy so he can get those sentries out even quicker.
Flowmad, who is a spectator, just leaving the game, so that's all good. That's actually the 07 boys going off to play their own game at the same time.
Hey, places to be.
Exactly. And now we see a bunch of sentries getting taken down, and that discovery of that third base from Timmy. So photon cannons desperately being warped in here, but is it going to be enough, or is MarsSpider going to be able to take advantage?
A lot more Marauders. I really like this move. So MarsSpider's scanned the expansion and then decided now is a great time to move out and take it out before it gets up and running. And we see Nerdnina with her Hydralisks and Roaches also moving up. So.
And Timmy's entire probe count, I think, is sort of stranded now. Like, he has migrated almost all of his probes from his main. There's a handful of probes still over here, but there is a huge amount of workers that are about to die.
Not getting through that concave.
No.
The con. Whichever con it is, they're not getting through it, and they all go down.
I believe it's called the Con Air.
Con Air, yeah, that's right, with Nicolas Cage. Great movie. Fantastic. So, Timmy now with only 200 gas, so really gas-starved, which is very, very problematic when all you're building is sentries.
Yusyn is doing a hybrid mono battle now. He's got a few sneaky roaches in there.
Although his Roach Warren did go down in that engagement a while ago, so I'm not sure whether he put it back up.
That might have been a bad move there.
Is on move command, so these units just running through, now attacking, but taking a lot of damage. Timmy with the Zealots as well. So Timmy, noticing that he's got far too many minerals that he needs to spend them. My mouse is going crazy. I apologise for that. But so we've seen more attacks here coming through from MarsSpider.
And MarsSpider really has air superiority at this moment, with the Vikings providing vision for his siege tanks. He's got quite a lot of Marauders, really taking care of those queens now. He needs to avoid those cannons, but with the Marauder matching up against the Queen, he's really going to have a really good time there, because the Marauders absolutely shred Queens to pieces.
And Yusyn now realising that his Roach Warren did get taken out and that he doesn't have another one, so only with a handful, 7 Queens, and that is not going to be enough to deal with this now rather large army coming in from
And here come the Hydralisks storming in, noticing that those are coming in.
So really, once you've got Hydras in a great number, like the DPS on them is ridiculous, especially with these 2 attack upgrades.
And they're concave, like their range that they have is actually quite good too.
Yeah. In this situation, these Hydralisks are actually doing a fantastic job.
I think Yusyn is the one going, why?
Hydralisks, why? And I really like that they're just focusing down on Yusyn's base, completely ignoring these photon cannons just because they're going to take a lot of damage from that. And if they wanted to, they could even just slide along here.
Oh, Timmy calls the mega fail.
Timmy maybe now realising that their mono battle idea might not have been the best. And Yusyn now also calling the GG. So it is looking like Firemint are going to be able to take this game away from CBS. Depends whether they can break through this photon cannon or... Actually, yes, with these siege tanks, they are going to outrange those cannons. So this looks like it's going to be the end of this fight.
Despite those charging Zealots, I think that there are more than enough Hydralisks to be able to take that out. Nerdnina doesn't believe it. She thinks that they have a secret base somewhere, some kind of elaborate scheme to bait them in, but no, I think there's more than enough Hydralisks
these
here.
Hydralisks are going to be more than enough, I think, to deal with this photon cannon wall. So Timmy's sticking it out just to see whether this wall of cannons is going to be enough, but no, I don't think it is. These Vikings now also landing, and we have Thors on the field, so that is it. Timmy has left the game, so fantastic game there by CBS and Firemint with a good bit of mono battle fun.
I think my favourite part was the Nidus Worms, I have to say.
They were definitely a highlight.
I really enjoyed that. But this actually means that Firemint picks up their first point of the tournament. So they have a point. Unfortunately, they went down in game 3. So CBS took out this in 3 games. So it was 2-1 to CBS Interactive. But fantastic match nonetheless. So thanks very much for watching. Actually, just a quick reminder, we've got Firemint on the ladder at the moment at 1 point, so they might be one of the teams under threat in Week 5. So we have our quarterfinals coming up Well, we've
Next
got our
week, or
final.
this week.
We've got our final match this week in week 5. We've
Yep.
got the quarterfinals start in week 6. So we are going to see the field narrow to 8 teams. So Firemint really going to need to pick up at least one more win to be able to stay in this tournament.
That's
so,
right. There are a couple of other teams, though, on 3 points. So if they could manage to get a win next week, they could jump above them in the ladder, depending on what happens next week.
Absolutely. There's still a lot of spaces up for grabs in the tournament, and anything can happen in week 5. So be sure to stay tuned to the station for that. And thanks very much for watching.